Hello, everybody, and welcome back to, you guessed it, you know it, it's just me today. It's Rad Rants, baby. So, the reason we're having Rad Rants today is because, okay, so keep in mind, there's 7 hour time difference between Omar and I. So, when it's like 8 p.m. here, it's 1 p.m. at Omar. So, let's just keep that in mind. So, I was hanging out with my girlfriend on Saturday, and Saturdays is the day we record, like the day before Spotify release. So, I hang out with my girlfriend till 10, and then I take her to the station and she goes home. And then fine, it's 10. So I said, okay, Omar, I text Omar, yo, wanna record at like 12? He doesn't answer. So I text him at 12 again, and he's like, oh shoot, sorry, can't record. So it's midnight for me and I'm tired as fuck. So you know what, whatever, I'll just do a Rad Rants. I don't know why he can't record, but hey, whatever. I have like a giant paper that I have to do for my IB class, and then a presentation due tomorrow, and I haven't started on that yet, but hey, this is more important. So anyways, today what I want to talk about is sort of my own experience moving to a new country. In my senior year, of course, and because I was gonna talk about music, but we've talked about music a lot already, and I think that'd be kind of repetitive. And Rad Rants is sort of like more personal for me. It's Rad Rants for me, and also for you guys if you want to know more about me and get to know more about me and get more personal with me. But today we're talking about my move to the Netherlands from the States, from the US. So in the States, I spent 8th grade all the way up to 11th grade there. And now I'm in my senior year here in the Netherlands. And that kind of sucks because, I made a bunch of really good friends in the States, Omar included. We got Key, we got basically everyone except for Amber that has been on the podcast were our friends from the States. And the fact that they're willing to get on just shows you, hey, I got some pretty good friends, man. So, yeah, I feel like I've made a couple like really lifelong friends there, and like Omar. I'm sort of like keeping Omar, because I talk to him basically weekly. So, Omar, we got Key, we got Yaz, who like barely responds to my text, but he's been on like one episode of the podcast. He's been on the Avatar podcast, but hey, whatever. But yeah, we have made some really good friends there. And Momo as well. Damn. No, but so I had to move after junior year ended, and it was like in the middle of June. I moved away June 13th, and this is like in the middle of COVID as well, so I couldn't really say proper goodbye to everyone because everyone was still quarantining. I met up with a couple people like one-on-one, but like in small groups maybe. It was kind of sucked that I had to move, like specifically in that time. I still have one more year left of high school, so I thought mine would just let me finish it, and then we can move. But it's out of my hands. I still live with my parents. It's too expensive to me to go into the dorms there, But with that comes sort of good things as well. But we'll get to that later. I just want to get through it chronologically. So I hung out with a couple of friends. I had lunch with a couple of friends, and they, it was only supposed to be like a 3-hour lunch or something like that. But we ended up staying there for like 5-6 hours and not even eating much. We ate for an hour, and then we just sat and we just talked, and anyone was on their phones like for any of the time. We just sat and just talked, and it was so nice, and I miss that. Corona's really fucking dumb, but because of COVID, I couldn't say, like as I said before, I couldn't say goodbye to a lot of friends. Like I was gonna throw like a party, like a goodbye party at the end of the year, like in an empty house, just have like all of my friends over, just squash some of the beef that was between me and some other friends. That was probably not a good idea anyways, but I was gonna have like a big party, not like a big party, it was more like a chill get together with like everyone in an empty house as well, but then COVID, so like no one couldn't actually do it if I was gonna throw it. But because I couldn't have that big party, I got to share a lot of intimate moments with some of my more closer friends. That's because, like you said, we have a big friend group, and then we have like an inner circle. And with that inner circle, I got to spend some time with, and that was nice. There were a couple people that I wanted to spend time with as well, but I couldn't get to it. But yeah, damn, I'm getting emotional here, but it's okay. But moving June 13th means I moved 7 days before my birthday. I turned 18, it's a big milestone. But what am I gonna do? How am I gonna celebrate? Well, I can't celebrate because I'm in a different continent than all of my friends. This country, yes, I was here till like I was 10 or something, but I barely talk to those friends that I barely talk to them either. Like, but yeah, that's kind of sad. But for my birthday, what we did, with my brother and my mom, we went to get dim sum. Dim sum's like really good. But and my dad, for my birthday, he went to hang out with some of his friends. But hey, whatever. And so it's my 18th birthday, and I'm in Europe, so it means I can legally drink. So what I did, I got hopped on a Zoom call and drank with. I was the only one drinking. I drank while I was on a call with some friends. It was nice seeing them. Although not in person, they're just kind of it sucks. But yeah, it was still nice seeing them. But what sucks even more is that a week after that, and keep in mind, Corona's just has been peaking, just constantly over the time since I've left the States, at least during that month in June. So a week after my birthday, they had a party at someone's house, and I thought, hey, you guys aren't allowed to party at my place. Like, say goodbye to your friend, who you most likely won't ever see again. And then, but you can't have a party for whatever. I just want them to have fun. I just wanted to see some of my friends again. But with every gray thundercloud comes, comes sunshine afterwards. Comes a rainbow. With every rainstorm comes a rainbow, or something like that. The light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? With every dark time there comes a light, and that light was, starting a new school, a new chapter. I've met some amazing people there. Amber is amazing. Like, I met her here. She's great, fucking love her. And yeah, it's just crazy. But with the moves, of course, as well. It's the start of the podcast happened, but then me personally, I met some great people here, and if I didn't move here, I wouldn't be able to meet those people and get into a romantic relationship that I care so much about. Because I've had relationships in the past, but they're not at all what this is. Because relationships in the past, it's just because I wanted to try out dating. They were mistakes. They were. This one, I want this to work so much, and I think it's working. And I don't mean to get off track here, but I don't mean to get off track here. But I just want to talk about this for a little bit because this is like a butterfly effect, you know. If I hadn't moved, I wouldn't have gone into this relationship. But yeah, and it's just I connect so well with this girl. I mean, you know who she is, but I don't know if she wants to make a relationship like this public. But I mean, like at this point, you probably know who it is. I just say I just won't call it by name. But yeah, I just love this chick. You know, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think I waited a bit too long to ask her, but when I did ask her out, she kind of roasted me for it. But it's fun. Yeah, and so if I hadn't moved, I wouldn't be able to get in a relationship or meet some of the great friends I made here, as well as a small school here. The small school that I'm going to, it also puts a lot more attention on myself, so I can't really. So I've had to, adjust, which kind of sucks. But because it's a small school, you get to make connections with people a lot faster. Because who else are you gonna talk to? I have an entire grade of 18 people, no, even less, 13 or something like that. And in my old school, it was like a grand total of what, over 100 at least. I don't know how much, because I don't talk to everyone here. I have to talk to everyone basically. I don't necessarily have to have a full conversation with everyone to get close to everyone, because I have like 3 people that I'm close with. 3.5 maybe. I don't know. But yeah, and the ratios as well, because I don't know how many the girl to boy ratio was in my old school, because there was such a big amount of both sides. But in this school, it's only 13 people in the grade. Only, let's see, me, and then 1, 2, 3. There's 4 dudes out of the 13 classes. So of course, me being a teenage boy, I got in class and yeah, let's go. And hey, that's worked out for me, because I'm dating one of them now, and I'm so happy with that. Because I talked to Key a little earlier, and I was talking about we were talking about a song that I made. It's a song that works. It's a guitar song. It's not under the name Manny Moolah. It's under Rad, that I talked about in the last music podcast episode, where I'm gonna have Manny Moolah's only my rap persona. Rad, he's an emotional mess. So this is a love song for my girlfriend. Hey, if you're listening to this, that's coming up soon. It's not the one that I sent you already. It's a different one, and this was a lot better. Let me tell you that. So I talked about to her about it, and how there's basically the romance in my old school was terrible. The girls there were not at all a fraction of as cool as my girlfriend is now. So because I had a relationship with one of the girls there, and that was a mistake, because damn, that just ruined me mentally. But yeah, I told her, at first I was really depressed when I first moved, and just having to stay inside all the time, just spending time with just my family and not having space for myself, and because we were in a work apartment for my dad, and so I had to share a room with her brother, who refuses to wear headphones when he's watching something on his laptop in the room. I'm in a bed opposite to his, so he watches YouTube, the most annoying shit, without headphones on, so I can hear everything that he's watching. And I asked him hey, can you wear your headphones? No. What a bitch. So I was just going insane. And then there's, I don't know, it's sort of weird. And it was hot as well, and it's a heat wave. And going outside, you would just, be really hot all the time and sweaty. So you had to stay inside, but it was cooler to a certain degree because our apartment was sort of in the shade, shaded by trees, because we weren't that high up. But no, there are no ACs here, because most of the houses are built to withstand European weather, Dutch weather, which was usually like really cold and grey. Even the summers didn't get too high when I was living here previously. But global warming is a bitch, so yeah. So it gets really hot in the summers, and there's no snow in the winters. I mean, yesterday we had some snow. That was fun, but it was cold as fuck, and it didn't stick, so that's nice. Where was I? Okay, now suddenly we had an apartment, and then we moved to a new house. So yeah, now I was going insane in the apartment because I had no room for myself, and that was very detrimental to my own mental health, I think. Because having my own space and my own area to just unwind, and not have to worry about my parents looking at me or my brother or something like that. Yeah, it's important to me. So, and then we were in the process of looking for a new house while staying in that apartment, and we found a nice house. And I got a nice room. I gotta say, I'm not mad about it, because my brother sort of. So my dad showed me the property, not the property, like on like a real estate website. We saw this online, listed. So let's check out rooms, let's call it. So my brother already called basically the biggest room, but opposite to it had 2 rooms. But they're two smaller rooms. But my dad, he said, hey, what we can do is we can take down the wall in between them, because we're buying, because we're planning to stay here, settle, because we're not planning to go anywhere else after this. So we tore down the wall. So when we were looking at the property in real life, I said, yeah, these 2 are my rooms because we're taking down the wall. Because my brother immediately went to his room that he called dibs on. And then when I mentioned that I had spoken to my dad about tearing down the wall, my brother got really pissed off. He's like, no, this is not fair. But me, Dad, and I shook on it. And then my dad almost got swayed. Because what the fuck? Because, he's my younger sibling. And younger siblings get whatever the fuck they want. Jesus. So yeah. That was something. But because we were tearing down the wall, I couldn't sleep in this room. So I had to sleep in the guest room, which was okay, but it wasn't the same sort as my parents' room, which I personally do not like, because when I have friends over, I didn't have friends at the time because all my friends are overseas, but I don't like having my room like too close to my parents' room, although I'm above my parents' room now, but being right across from it, you can see when the lights are on, so they'll be able to tell that I'm awake for way too long. And also, what the fuck is up with Dutch room doors? Because there's like a glass panel above the door, so there's like a little window above the door where you can see the lights. Because usually, like in the States, if you want to see the lights are on in someone's room, you look at the bottom of the door, which is not as noticeable. But for some reason, there's a damn window above the door. So I'm not, but if your room is inconveniently located, like in front of some stairs or something, they can just look inside, which is fucking dumb. Like, what is up with that? But yeah, but now I have a nice room. I like it. I need to add some more stuff though, but yeah. Now I was really, so moral of the story, I was really depressed and sad when I first moved to the Netherlands from the States. Because also, I can't drive anymore. I'm taking, I need to redo my theory work, so I'm doing that now. And I'm 18, so I'm allowed to drive technically, if I have my license, but I can't, convert it. I don't know how it works, but apparently I can't. But yeah, I in the beginning I was really not happy with my situation. I mean, I was a lot more fortunate. I'm a lot more fortunate than a lot of other people in the world, but from my own personal perspective, I lost all of the friends I've made in the past 4 years. Like that. Like poof, they're gone. You probably won't see them in person in a long time, or ever again. And it's not gonna be easy for them to visit or you to visit anytime soon because fucking Corona. So yeah, I moved 7 days before my birthday, so that was great timing. And my birthday celebration, we had dim sum. My mom and my brother, I mentioned this already, but they just complained the entire time because we had to wait for our reservation. I'm sorry, Ma, that I reserved our table at a time which I like to eat, because for some reason we eat before 6 o'clock. Like 5:30 to 6 o'clock is dinner time. I don't get it. Like 6:30 and after 6:37, that's great dinner time. Yeah, like wait half an hour longer and then we can go eat. Because otherwise I'm not hungry yet, and then I'll be hungry later. So they complained the entire time on my birthday, and my dad was off with friends. But they told me, hey, why can't we just celebrate your birthday later? And so my grandpa came over, which is nice. I haven't seen him in a while, but he came over like a couple days later, but to celebrate. But it was barely a celebration. And then which was which was really put into perspective. Like a couple weeks ago when it was my brother's birthday, I come downstairs. Everything's decorated, made up, like festive stuff over. A nice cake. I didn't get a cake. A lot of festive stuff. I got. I don't know. My dad was there. Grandma came over too, and it was all on the day. It was all in the day, and it was a lot more festive than mine was. I mean, I get that he's younger, but he's 16, so it's not that much younger. And I feel like 18 is a bigger milestone than 16. I mean, you got your sweet 16, but what the fuck? I don't think he cares that much. And it's always been like this. My birthday has always either been on the plane, away from friends, and would never be celebrated on the day, which I hate. So here's to hoping that this year's birthday will be better. Here's to hoping that 2021 will be better. Got a wonderful girlfriend that I hope to spend a lot of my time with, because I'm just happy when I'm around her. And if you're listening, yeah, you heard that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just staring at this thing that she drew on my wall. Like a little frog, blushing, holding a flower. It's cute. Oh, it gives me strength. But I think on that note, I should probably end it soon. I have to work on a Spanish presentation that I haven't started on, and I was actually supposed to finish on Friday, but she gave me an extension, so thanks for that. I also have to do an outline for big essays, 2 big essays. One of them I'll probably do tomorrow, but whatever. Alright, this was your host. I'm Rad. I was your host for today for Rad Rants. Of course, as always, links are in the description. If you're listening on YouTube, at least. If you are listening on YouTube, for next time, please consider checking out our Spotify. We upload a day early, or if I'm uploading, at least. If Omar's uploading, if Omar's editing, you don't know when it's gonna go up, because you know that man can do nothing on time. So please like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, please follow. We try to upload every Sunday. Of course, like I said, unless Omar's editing. But yeah. What else? If you're listening on YouTube, check out the Spotify, because you make money from the Spotify, whatever, blah 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 blah. You've heard it all before. Check out my YouTube channel, Rainy Days Creative. I make music. Manny, Moolah, I go by my rap persona. Planning on uploading a couple like guitar songs soon. So if your rap's not your thing, stick around for a little bit. Just subscribe, hit the bell, and please share. Share our Spotify. Share Omar's and I's channels. If you share to like 3 people, and then those 3 people share it to more people, and then you can spread it out like that, and it just help us out a lot, because Omar and I were just 2 kids with a dream. I mean, honestly, we're doing this for fun because I think it's fun, and it's good to sort of this is like therapeutic for me, and it's nice to talk to Omar every week, just to keep in contact with some friends from the States. That's what I'm like, basically doing it for. But I mean, if I'm making some money, I don't mind. I won't complain. But hey, anyways, this was your host, Rad. Drink some water. Have a good rest. Have a good night's sleep. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.